So I would like to ask to the stage Mr. Ryan Amparo from Kingstone. He is a research and development engineer. Hi, Ryan. Take your seats.
Hello.
And Daniel Penn, the next one, I would like to ask from the Prianto, senior consultant and architect. Thank you. And our Hungarian lecturer, Elek Richter, from the Trustaas, and is an expert.
Sorry for that.
Thank you. Servus. And now, at first, let me give you, gentlemen, and you, a news which I would like to ask your personal comment and comment as an expert. This is not really fresh news. It's happened in the last year, but I've chosen this news and this story especially for you, gentlemen, because I think all of you could have and should have some special and human comment to it. Actually, this was a really, really surprising event for me as an ordinary people. Last year, the Heathrow Airport was fined for £120,000 because they lost USB storage drive in the streets of London. An employee, maybe you have heard about this story, an employee of the Heathrow Airport just walked in the streets of London, in the city somewhere, and he unfortunately lost his pen drive USB stick. And an ordinary people, passerby, find this USB stick. He went in a library, a public library, not your home computer, public library, connected and watched, and this belongs to the Heathrow Airport, and there are some confidential data on it, and some training videos and some personal data, not too much, but there are some sensitive data. But maybe the most important element is found by you even now. It wasn't absolutely secure. There wasn't any password protection and encryption and this tiny USB stick. And as the Heathrow Airport inside the investigation uncovered it was belonged to a junior security advisor. So I think it's an unbelievable story. I would like to the comment of course, the Kingstone's representative at first, but all of you, because I think this is a really funny story.
Yeah, so it's an unfortunate thing that happened, but nowadays we take for granted the data that we handle as personally, or even as working for an organization. So in this case, that person should have known better to put that data in a secure type of storage medium, and in this case, it's a USB or pen drive. Yeah, so these days, I think it's education. People should be aware that when you handle with data or you save it somewhere, it's best practice to use an encrypted type of solution. Most importantly, hardware type as well, because the consequences of this are either a huge cost to the company, reputational damage. Nowadays, the regulator has also stepped in, so you get penalized more.
And any kind of data could have been on this USB
It could be
stick.
any kind of data.
Any kind of absolutely secure and sensitive data without any encryption.
That's correct. So yeah, that person didn't really think about that. I mean, he works in an organization or an agency that deals with confidential data, and he kept, he lost track of the importance of it. So yeah, these days when you handle data, encryption is a must. It's really a must. Whatever data it is, personal or a company's data, you have to treat it as a confidential data, because otherwise, if it leaks out there, you don't know what can be made out of it. Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, this is the Heathrow Airport. This is not a grocery shop in the corner somewhere. It's a Heathrow Airport. Is it surprising for you? There's a huge company like the Heathrow Airport working with so much, millions of clients every day. Stores, he's a junior security officer, stores the secure sensitive data on his personal pen drive in his pocket, and just without anything. What could be your advice to this company?
So this is not the first time something like this happens. This happens every day. And there is not a single solution to a problem like that. We have to exchange data, of course. And, but you need to, as a company, you need to take care about the access rights, who can access the data, but also which USB devices can plug in your computers and laptops. In that case, yeah, they had no device management, I guess. So
I guess so.
For us as a distributor or for the partners, is a huge...
But anyway, this company is coordinating the flight of airplanes and even doesn't have any device management strategy. Is it surprising? I think yes.
Of course it's surprising, but for me it's a bit different angle. From my perspective, it's a security awareness problem. So it means that even they might have some kind of rules, regulations, whatever, they were not followed. So that's the main problem. They might have the devices, they might have the right rules. If people do not follow the rules, it's nothing. And companies are made of people. So it's quite quite important to tell people what they can do with data and what they cannot do with data. And of course, you can enforce that with the right tools in your hand.
Okay, gentlemen, now I think we got another proof that the security is very uncomfortable, but really effective. So, thank you. And now, I would like to ask you to give a short review, short introduction of your talk. Ryan, your talk's title is Kingstone Encrypted Solution for Business and Government. What is the most important message of you? Of your lecture, yes.
So for the presentation that I'll be showing to you guys is regarding how to protect data when you store it in a data at rest kind of situation, or when you're transporting data using a USB pen drive or an SSD type of storage that could be in a laptop or any other devices. So the importance of privacy and the solutions that we have to make it easier for people to apply this important data protection to prevent data leak, as an example of that case scenario that you just shown us. Yeah.
What kind of advice could you give me? I'm working in several places, and my work is a scientific job, so I should access my data in different computers, at home, in my institute office, in the library, etc., etc., or a given lecture. What could be the most effective, most secure, and easy to use data transfer technology?
So for the flexibility, of course, if you move in different locations, you might be the most easiest way to protect your data will be a pen drive solution, but of course it has to be encrypted, and it has to be compatible with most platform, most platform of operating system. Okay, so that's the most easiest way, because in the background that you mentioned, you're in in that kind of industry. Mm-hmm. You have to store your data somewhere. If you prefer to use the cloud, there might be a situation that the device that you're gonna access your data is offline. Maybe it's it's not connected to the internet, so you won't be able to get your data. Mm-hmm. So if you use a USB solution, an encrypted USB solution, then it brings more flexibility. That's my advice.
Encryption, encryption, encryption. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Penn, Daniel. So could you turn the page? Right. So always touch a running system. Yes. How to touch and what kind of running system?
So always touch a running system is just the topic, because mostly we are afraid of changing things, touching a running system. So the saying "never change a running system" is very old, and we need a paradigm shift if we want to face our future stuff which is heading up. So changes everywhere. We do network and application monitoring and configuration management on devices on network basis and Active Directory and applications. So we like to give you the tools to be able to move forward and keep in track of all that information.
There is a really fascinating phrase in your description. This is spider sense like Precox system. This is some kind of sci-fi fiction or novel?
No, this is just a marketing buzzword I choose to get some attraction. But
succeed.
Thank you for that. Thank you for picking up on that. Now, with a monitoring system, with a modern one, you need technique that allows you to automatically identify new network members, new threats to your environment. And that is what we like to do.
Is it a kind of artificial intelligence?
What is
machine learning?
Another topic, machine learning.
Yes.
and AI. It is what it is. It is all about algorithms. So, and if you have more computing power, we can see more. So sure, but I don't want to use the term for a monitoring system. There is a small part of it which covers, which you can name artificial intelligence, but much more interesting is the human intelligence who use that.
Oh, I'm happy to hear you this phrase. So thank you very much. And now let me switch to Hungarian, because the speaker will give you a Hungarian lecture. Tehát Elek, az előadásodnak az a címe, hogy hogyan ne fertőzzünk meg 28 millió számítógépet, és folytatódik tovább, mármint a cím. Szerintem ennél sokkal nagyobb fertőzések is vannak.
Igen, valóban léteznek ennél nagyobbak, sőt, ez sem sikerült tökéletesen a támadónak, tehát még igazából ezzel kapcsolatban is be kell majd vallanom néhány félmondatot. De a támadások újszerűségére szeretnénk felhívni előadásunkkal a figyelmet, illetve azt szeretném bemutatni, hogy a DevOps folyamatban hogyan is szűrődhet be az ártó szándékú kód, és milyen kockázatokat visel ma a DevOps folyamat a legtöbb szervezetnél. Érettségtől függően lesznek kisebb-nagyobb kockázatok, amiket érdemes kezelni, de a helyzet az az, hogy tökéletes szoftvert fejlesztő cég ma nagyon kevés van. És még ha van is, hiszen a jelenlévők mindig kivételek, nekik is lesznek beszállítóik, és kérdés, hogy vajon biztonság tekintetében ők is annyira felkészültek-e, mint azok a cégek, akik ma itthon szoftvert fejlesztenek. Ezeket a kérdéseket szeretném egy picit boncolgatni, és gondolatébresztőnek átadni a közönség részére.
De tényleg ne legyünk túlzottan paranoiásak, amikor a leges-leges legnagyobb szoftverfejlesztő cégek a világon a szoftvereiket telerakják mindenféle, vagy úgy hagyják a fejlesztés során, hogy támadhatóak és sérülékenyek. Hát én, mint egyszerű felhasználó, már nem ismerem bekapcsolni akkor a számítógépen.
Azt szokták mondani, hogy attól még, hogy paranoiás vagy, attól még lehet, hogy tényleg követnek. Tehát azt gondolom, hogy tényleg mindenki joggal félhet. Nagyon nagy lehetőségeink nincsenek elkerülni a nagy szállítók rendszereit, de sok egyéb eszköz a kezünkben van, hogy hogyan tegyük a szoftvereket még biztonságosabbá, főleg, ha már mi fejlesztjük őket. Legalább az ügyfeleinknek ne adjunk olyan szoftvert, amiben komoly biztonsági rések találhatóak.
Meg biztonságban érzem most magam egy kicsit, Elek. Köszönöm szépen. És akkor most, and now I think the presentation will go on. Thank you very much.
Thank you.